They pick a combo saying we're gonna win the laning phase, we're gonna win the early game, we're gonna get a good lead, and then simply give you absolutely no chance to do anything for a comeback, because every single time you move out of your base, we have the Grand Skyfall to engage, we have Tippers to engage, and of course we have the On the Hunt from Sivir. So full-on aggressive combo from Fnatic. It has to pay off early on though.
Have to get off to a strong start here, and Fnatic now losing this one would of course put the KT Bullets on game point. They'd have another 3 games to pick up just the one that they need, and well, if it wasn't hard to beat them anyway for Fnatic, then winning 3 games in a row to have a chance of coming back in the tournament would certainly be very, very difficult for them. You have to say, I mean, Fnatic did look good at the start of that last one. They weren't able to keep that hold, keep a hold on the lead. And the Bullets are a team that if you make one little mistake or you don't push when you've got that advantage, they'll quite happily take it off you and push through.
And let's see if KT Bullets decide to actually lane swap here to avoid having Ryze laning up against this Renekton. It will, of course, Ryze in a lane swap, it's not ideal. It's very hard to farm actually, and again, you're very, very easy to dive. So where they decide to place him, I'm not too sure, but we will actually see how he can handle himself if he goes either 1v2 or 1 versus 1.
So here we go then, in game for match number 2 between the KT Rolster Bullets and Fnatic. The scoreline 1-0 to the Bullets. Can they make it 2 here, or will Fnatic bounce back in our best of 5 grand final? In game number 1, at the early stages, we did see the Bullets actually stacking up down on the bottom side, trying to get in for something. See if they go for anything similar this time around.
Spellthief's Edge being picked up by Mappa this time around. Of course, he's going to have that long-range poke. Will be much longer if he's against Yellowstar. And this is a big if, because they have rotated. But I think this time around it's going to be a straight-up 2v2 fight. Look at Insect's position now. Look how far down the bottom lane he is. He's maybe thinking of going for Yellowstar here.
And he's actually been doing this before, where he then runs up together with Karma and Lucian into this bush and try and force an early flash for whoever is camping in there. And Yellowstar, he needs to be careful, because if they're actually going towards him, he will need to flash.
He sits there for now, doing circles in the brush, waiting to spot anyone coming his way. And there is Insect, just getting up to the corner. So he's within striking distance, as they are going to get the poke down. He has to flash. There is a flash burn from Yellowstar. Mission successful from the KT Bullets.
It was all they wanted with this one, unless of course Yellowstar was sleeping in there to actually get a kill to him. But just getting the early flash, it also means for Insect here, he can, after he's getting his double buff, go towards this bot lane, and it's a very easy gank for him if Yellowstar is overextended. So he needs to play very careful, and that's an issue for Fnatic, because they want to make sure that they don't fall behind in XP early on.
Keep your eyes peeled on that one. Almost certainly will be a gank, and Insect will definitely want to try and take that one. He's been looking as he hits level 3 for those ganks multiple times in this tournament so far. It's going to be a red buff start for both junglers, Cyanide and Insect. We'll see where they go from here. Interesting start for me, of course, Leopard. Because he's on Ryze, he has started out with that mana crystal.
And I'm very interested to see how he handles Renekton early on, because in my mind, Renekton should have the advantage, unless of course Ryze can get a lot of good poke when the dash is down from Soaz, but that's pretty much the only time where he's safe. And we actually also see the Dorn's Blade start, so Soaz, he wants to be aggressive.
But already putting some good damage down there on towards Soaz though, and this one's something he's going to have to keep going with. That Soaz doesn't just dive in, as you said, right on top of him. Meanwhile, Insect is now on the top side of his jungle doing the blue buff. Cyanide doing the same over the other side with his the best Pantheon skin, because he's got his speedos on.
But here, notice how Leopard are playing the lane early on. Then there was no dash on the Source, he just harassed him constantly, again and again. Got him so low. And due to Dorn's Blade and only 1 potion, the amount of sustain from Source is actually not enough to get up high enough on HP so he can really duel Leopard.
Yeah, and Leopard's playing this one very, very well. So as not able to get in, not able to get those attacks, and Insect's going to try and capitalize on this one. He's coming around, there's no ward in the tri-bush, which is where he's heading, so as not allowing himself to get poked down any more than necessary. But Insect is going to come and play a visit. It's going to be a quick fleeting call as well. He's going to jump in, he does get the claw and the rocket combo on towards him. Nice combo, that forces Soaz away.
Yeah, absolutely perfect for KT Bullets here in the start, giving the early lead to Ryze. Leopard played it so well at level 1, constantly hitting Source again and again, gave him no chance to actually get close to the minions. So I love the way he played it, and with the early gank, Source was forced now to base, and he's gonna return in, and he didn't get anything but a health potion.
And Insect coming straight down towards this bottom lane. And actually did get the Void Spikes on towards Peke, not really that much damage, and he's going to go back into his farming pattern, starting with the Wraiths.
And remember how this farming pattern went between Peke and Ryu early on. Cyanide is paying a visit this time around. They want to try and blow something in Ryu's arsenal. He may well not get close enough to jump on towards him. But more importantly, Insect has been jumping in there, and of course we saw Peke. He got the domination over Ryu early on last time around, but look at that combo. It seems to be working out well. It's an identical match, mirror match to what we saw last game. Mirror match, how can you call it that really? Same match as last time around. But of course Peke came out on top, so I feel Insect may start visiting that mid lane a lot more.
Well, as long as Ryu doesn't go up top lane and actually fails his dive, he should be okay in this lane. It's what happened last time. He was doing very good in the lane actually. He was keeping up on farm, had some good poke onto Peke until the roam came in.
Now, let's see now. Insect has burnt through all of his pots from the jungle and will be by the Wraiths, by the Wolves. So we'll see if he goes in towards that mid lane or where he's going to go after that one. And Soaz here going to get caught up. Actually, Leopard forced to flash there. He spotted Pantheon coming out behind him as well.
Yeah, he didn't want to risk anything. He's only having the tier early on, so he's very squishy, of course. And as soon as we see the double dash in from Source, we see the potential they have. And when they get the level 6 mark, especially on Pantheon, he will always be able to jump in.
Lane shoved up there, not too sure those Heartseekers were quite welcomed by Soaz as he manages to push the wave and lose about 3 CS. As it stands, this mid lane combo, Yellowstar going for a roam here, because his AD carry had backed off there, so helping to maybe try and shove that wave in towards the tower, try and force Ryu to try and miss some of that CS. You can see they're going to keep on pressuring. That's going to buy time for Peke, who's out of mana, to back off.
And the only issue about this is the fact that Ryu is actually, or should be getting level 6 by clearing this wave for at least a few minutes from the next, where Peke is now recalling. He's only level 5, so once he returns, Ryu will be slightly ahead in XP, but hopefully it doesn't really matter anything for Fnatic.
Chalice was purchased there by Peke as he comes back in towards the lane with health and mana pots, as well as a ward on top of that crystalline flask from earlier.
And never mind, actually, because Ryu decided to recall. He's only level 5, so both will return the same level.
He does have a good CS advantage starting to build, though, which is very impressive. Also, Score winning out that lane, and Leopard, you could argue, winning out this top lane, despite the fact he's had his flash blown, which is danger signs when you've talked about Fnatic's opening setup. They really need to try and bully out these lanes. Leopard does get a good bit of damage on him from Soaz, and again, Cyanide paying a visit, as is Insect. This could be the double junglers. This could be the first blood we're looking for.
Leopard sticking to the back, actually did just throw the ward down to get that vision. Soaz doing exactly the same there. Is the slow, but Soaz just dashes away. Already got out of range, and Insect knows that he can't get anything from that lane.
And notice how Cyanide was actually also down to 70% HP, so if a fight had broken out, it could have been very scary for Fnatic here. And he's still in the bush, but he's recalling, so nothing happening yet. I think we need to see the level 6 point from Pantheon before we get the real gank.
Both these mid laners have hit level 6, so we'll see whether there's any explosive exchanges between these two. Of course, Peke did actually blow a LeBlanc in towards his tower. I believe it was Peke that did it earlier on in the tournament to get the better of him. Does land that barrel on towards Ryu. Ryu tries to dash it and get that exchange, but doesn't manage to get his combo on towards Peke. Peke not going to belly slam into this one, not getting baited anything to something ridiculous, but the advantage for scoring this bottom lane continues to just be 10 CS.
And now one thing we always have to remember with Karma is at the level 6 point, she doesn't actually gain anything, where Annie, of course, will get her tippers. So once we have level 6 onto Fnatic side, the tides should actually turn and they should be more aggressive towards this bottom lane.
Yep, Reckless actually just went ridiculously though there. And let's see, Yellowstar having to move forward and get the stuns off to help things out. There is level 6 for Insect, and he's going to make his first presence known down towards his bottom lane.
Well, the call may be coming out mid lane was movement from Ryu to make a move towards his bottom lane. He didn't go. Insect has snuck in towards his bushes unseen though, and he is going to force Fnatic back, and this actually may be the first push on the tower. Yellowstar's all on his own there. Cyanide just waiting off at the sides. It's going to be a 3-man push on the tower. They know the AD carry is not there. Oh, Cyanide's going to have to come in and try and play defensive.
And there's a poke coming down. That's always going to be the danger of the Karma. Yellow Star, will he be able to stick around? That minion wave has now been blown out as Peke gets silenced up once again. Ryu in a healthier position than in there. Got more mana still to be playing with. Peke having to burn through those potions and the crystalline flask.
Yeah, Ryu is doing a very good job dodging out on the bells, but Insec, he's going towards this blue buff here. Cyanide will be actually spot him.
Yeah, they warded each other out. They saw it before he was in there. Peke has got explosive cask available. Like you said, he was actually burning through quite a lot of mana trying to get that poke onto Ryu, and Ryu was doing a very good job at spotting it and dodging it. Insect still laying in wait. We see him do this so often, hoping that he can catch Peke out on the rotation. Cyanide is not starting off that blue buff though, because he knows it's warded.
And let's see actually how Mafia decides to build this time. Last time he played Karma, he went for early magic penetration boots, combined with obviously Spell Thief. So he had a lot of early game damage, and we've been seeing him landing his Qs, putting on a lot of pressure to Fnatic's side. But we do have Tippers now on Annie, so let's see if they actually decide to gank this bottom lane with the Grand Skyfall from Cyanide.
Reckless did just take a fair bit of poke, and there's Insect.
He's AFK.
Always lies in wait in the enemy's jungle. Actually, he's going to pop his ultimate here. Cyanide is going to get a lot of that damage blocked out. Ryu's starting to come across as well. Can they finish it off? Ryu is going to dive in there. Flash was used. Insect gets first blood. Barrel comes out. And that was flashed away from nicely in the end by Insect.
And the explosive cask was burned, which means they can go for the blue buff if they need to. And, you know, Insect waited there for, what, 30, 40 seconds for that one, and it was worth it.
But they do get the blue buff because Yellow Star, he had to pace as well, and meanwhile in top, Soa's in big trouble.
I don't know about a Leopard, he needs to run like a cheetah to find Soaz there from that one. Did get good damage onto him though, forced the Dominus to be used. Fnatic lose out on their blue buff. Oh, the KT Bullets gonna think about Dragon here. No, they're not.
And it was such a trademark move from Insect, just waiting for someone to come in. Peke, body slamming in.
He is. I'm not sure he's got the damage though, but here's a man drop down the bottom. They're going to go on towards score. Doesn't have any mana. He's not going to be able to escape this one. Actually flashes in front. Oh, dashes in front of the boomerang. That didn't keep him alive though. Mafia will speed himself up and get back onto his turret. A 1-for-0.
Yeah, we see the very first gank from Cyanide with the Grand Skyfall here. Good use, they pick up a kill onto Reckless. Really a guy they want to get going early on. He's been absolutely fantastic in this tournament. With this early kill, he should be able to regain some advantage here because he has been falling behind in CS.
Yeah, not the Immortal this time around, unfortunately. Mafia gets stunned out by Yellow Star. There's a lot of damage put on towards that bottom turret, but let's not forget, KT Bullets have already taken the bottom turret down. They've taken the blue buff, and they are already beginning some great rotations, some great ganks, and again, it's Insect leading the charge every step of the way. Now we see him, he's heading towards that top lane. We already saw Soaz having to burn out that Dominus. It's not available for around about 10 seconds time, and maybe that's what Insect's going to try and play on.
And remember, he is actually spotted out here. Will they still go for the dive? There's no ultimate onto Soaz.
He does have his flash though available to him if need be, and actually will just be able to dodge straight on through with a slice and dice. Did have to use his flash. And
this is scary for Fnatic. They are the ones with the early game combo. They're the ones who needs to win here in the early mid game. KT Bullets, this Ryze, if he can continue farming like he's doing now, he will scale into the late game and become an absolute monster. So it's a big issue for Fnatic that they haven't shut him down yet.
We're waiting to see where they're going to go with this one. Catalyst being picked up by Leopard. He's pretty much got his build well underway. That mana's going to be stacking out there. Peke just returned to lane. He's going to get a wee bit of poke from Ryu there. And maybe, just maybe, the Dragon is next on the minds of KT Bullets. It seems that it's not going to be involving Leopard because he's returning towards that top lane, but the rest of the Bullets are making plays and making moves with those wards to try and go for that Dragon.
And look at this, KT Bullets didn't actually clear the blue buff, so it's not going to respawn at all. If they go in here and do it, they will get the timer. And it's so smart because if they can delay blue buff onto Peke, it's going to be even harder for him to just continue farming and wave clearing. But Leopard once again in the top lane.
Dropping in on towards Soaz, down to half HP, but look at the damage back. Leopard forced to flash away. He does get a snare down, but look at the minions doing all that damage. Another round comes in. Can he finish? Yes, he can.
Wow, he moved into melee range for the Dragon fight.
Dragon fight is going. Is the Dragon picked up by Fnatic? It's been a double kill by Peke. My God, this is all suddenly turning in their favor. Yellow Star's continuing to chase on towards Ryu. He will get away from this one. That was 3 kills in a matter of seconds, which turned the fight on its head with the Dragon. Suddenly Fnatic have a gold advantage.
And of course, Cyanide, he gets the Dragon here, and everything was so perfect. Look at this fight here. 4 members from KT Bullets. They are inside around this Dragon Pit, and we see the Grand Skyfall coming in. Rest of Fnatic coming, joining in with Cyanide, and Rio in the mid lane.
Oh, Yellowstar gets it with the Panda. Now he's going to try and run away from this one. He should be safe from that tower. Wow, just a quick turn and snowball on KT Bullets.
Just as we said, the Fnatic needs to step up this early game. Everything just worked out for them. Picked up kills after kills. Leopard, he went into melee range of Source up top lane. He got too greedy. Source turned it around, got the kill. Down then towards the Dragon. Grand Skyfall in. They punished KT Bullets for starting it, despite having 4 members from Fnatic there. And everything was just so perfect for them.
And Cyanide, hard to say anything, but he's been on point so far here with that Pantheon. The Grand Skyfalls that he's used have resulted in kills both times here for the Fnatic lineup. They're now 1,500 gold in the lead.
Yeah, keep in mind, he's Grand Skyfalling in, he lands onto the Dragon and just smites it, steals it away from Insect, and then Fnatic comes in and everything. If they can continue this pressure here, now they have the lead, they will be able to just at least try and roll over KT Bullets.
I wonder whether Leopard simply just got caught out by the surprise at that Hex Drinker obviously being picked up by Soaz. He suddenly thought, I've got him. Oh, wait a minute, there's a giant shield. And Soaz, of course, with that Ignite, suddenly gets that big hit on him. Turned it around so nicely. Fnatic trying to rotate, trying to put pressure on this mid lane turret. Not going to work out.
He simply just went into melee range of Source. There was a big issue, so he could land a stun onto him and just return all the damage. And as soon as the dash was up again, he caught onto him and actually picked up the kill. He is still slightly behind in CS though, so we need to keep this in mind.
See how that one all develops further. If we look down some of the other items that come in from this one, Pickaxe, Vamp Scepter is what Reckless has. On the other side though, the Bloodthirster already done. Reckless is recalling and he's got 1,700 gold to spend here, so he's going to be able to pick himself up at least that BF sword in there as well. So not too far behind on that front score, doing a good job. And there's the man drop coming in towards Leopard. They're going to go underneath his turret. In fact, Leopard has gone away from turret range, and that's an easy kill for Fnatic.
And there we go, Fnatic with Yellowstar.
Just out of position there, Yellowstar. I didn't think realizing that the KT Bullets had started to group in. Score is actually going to keep chasing here with Ryu. There is a flash around. Can they get the damage down? They turn around up towards Ryu. He actually going really low. Cyanide is low. There is a kill. Soaz is going towards Ryu. Can he get him before he dies? No, he can't. Slippery LeBlanc, and that will be a 3-for-1.
So KT Bullets, they managed to turn it around. They expected to dive from Cyanide, so multiple members were already moving there. It was a good dive, however, because it's how you need to deal with Ryze.
And look at that. So they got baited nicely in that one. No doubt about it. Yellowstar caught out. He actually got in that tri-bush before they went for the kill. He was trying to get involved. They have left Reckless open in that mid lane, who has taken down the turret. Of course, the top lane will be going down to Score and Mappa. And this game is opening up across the map. Ward control is next, what they're going to have to start fighting for. Insect trying to get a little bit of poke on Yellowstar, who seems to be the sacrificial lamb every time these fights begin. He's really fighting tooth and nail for that pink ward. He gets it.
Good job. Good job, Yellowstar. And meanwhile, getting back into the jungle. And again, a man drop, which results in a kill. Sadly for them, the Bullets were ready for it that time around. They're already moving up towards that top lane and getting 3 kills back for it. So, what comes next in this game? Yellowstar surely going to get himself a few more wards down on the map. Does have that sight stone now to make things a little easier.
I can't believe the Dragons within 2 minutes already. That seems to have come around very quick in that last fight. The last 4 minutes have certainly gone a little bit haywire. And the slow, methodical, tactical play of KT Bullets is maybe, just maybe, being pressured a little bit by Fnatic. But as you mentioned earlier on, this is the time where Fnatic need to be shining. They need to start making their plays here. So they have to start trying to pick up some kills on KT Bullets and start trying to push those towers.
Yeah, this very next Dragon fight is going to be so important because Fnatic, with that combo, they need to win it, to extend their lead and then to continue putting pressure on them. And Cyanide going on Insect.
Putting some good damage down, blocks a lot of the damage. The Insect throws back his way. Here comes Peke around the corner. They've lost track of him though, but there's a ward.
He's so sneaky.
Yeah, didn't actually even get spotted going through the ward. Ryu was waiting, and Score is going to take down Renekton up on the top side. And that is 3-on-1. Never going to escape it.
So Source was actually deep inside the jungle of KT Bullets, so they collapsed onto him with 3 members. while Insect was keeping the rest of Fnatic busy with his constant cutting around. Look at here, Source actually coming inside from the jungle, just simply being caught out, and then 3 members collapse onto him with the snare, and obviously with the rune prison from Leopard. It's a lot of CC.
That's the second time Soaz has been baited by KT Bullets. He seems to be taking a hook, line and sinker every time they dangle that juicy support or a juicy low target. He's got to realize that they're not so stupid to get caught out. They are ready and waiting. Blue buff has finally spawned here, and we do see Rio. He's just laying in the side. There's a ward just to the right of him. Oh, instead he's going to find Yellow Star. Pop. No problem there.
And Leopard is recalling here in the top lane. He can run from base up to Dragon in case he needs to join in for the fight here, because the Dragon have just spawned. And one thing we need to remember, he's having the tier. It's already around 500 mana, because obviously, again, in 4.3, you get 1 mana every 8 seconds. It's the buff to it. It's going very, very good for him early on.
Very strong stuff as we see the KT Bullets pushing up towards the turret. Here comes the man drop once again. Ultimate pop by Reckless as well. Barrel up, score back in. Perfectly executed by Fnatic there.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that one. Oh, the Cyanide's just gone straight in, and Insect goes aggressive. He gets caught with the base slam, but is it going to be enough? Flash burn by Peke there, and again, Fnatic, they think they've got something. They try and go a little bit too aggressive. The Dragon is being started off. Remember, that explosive cast is down. The Cyanide is down, so there's not a lot to steal it. Fnatic, they're just going to try and push a tower instead. They can't go for this Dragon now.
No, there's only one ultimate. That is the Tippers from Annie ready for them. Everything else is gone, and KT Bullets are just staying in this area, waiting for Fnatic to face check them.
Oh, Insect actually getting stunned up here. Soaz going to go into him, and again uses that ultimate to back away, even turns in and puts some more damage down, uses another skill charge, and he's able to just walk away from that one. But he holds his position down there by that Dragon, and Fnatic basically have to face check if they're going to come through into that bottom side of the river.
Insect continues to be a pest in this lane. There is a pink ward in that bush, which is why they know exactly his position. They try and take him down. They do get that ward out, and KT Bullets didn't go for that Dragon. They felt it's a little bit of a dangerous play, and now everything almost available for Fnatic. They don't have the Grand Skyfall, but that's about all. Explosive Cask is back off cooldown.
And we need to remember there's no ultimate from Insect here. In case a fight should break out, he won't be able to pop his stealth and kite around. He will be the focus target if he jumps into the base, and he's actually starting the Dragon here. Fnatic don't have any vision in this area here, so they're out of position.
No, and with score now there as well, this one is going to go down very, very quickly, and no challenge whatsoever there from Fnatic, and that puts the KT Bullets ahead in this game, albeit by just a 200 gold lead.
So due to the fact we had all these kills going back and forth, KT Bullets, they remain control of the Dragon area, so they had the better vision and picked up the Dragon. They're not trying to siege on this turret, but again, very good wave clear once again for Fnatic with both Sivir and Gragas.
Great poke on towards Yellow Star there. Just proving that KT Bullets have the tactical prowess to cause Fnatic problems, despite the fact this should be Fnatic's time to shine. KT Bullets are completely countering that with a couple of moves, and it's Insect on the Kha'zix, trying to flank around the side, trying to get around the back line. We just saw him evolve the wings. He's going to jump for Peke. Yellow Star, in fact.
Well, it's probably going to get this one as well, especially now since Drew coming in. Insect, though, going to get slowed down. Barrel comes in. He is going to stealth away, but not away enough. Soaz is going to get that kill. Now Ryu being chased down. Have they got the damage? Not quite. Ryu's Mimic there off to the side. Fnatic not silly enough to chase that one, but they may have a good push onto this inner tower now.
It's a very strong disengage with the Karma support here, but Fnatic can continue this pressure. The mini wave is gone though. Let's see. They get a blue buff at least.
Maybe the commentator's curse there I put on towards Insect. Apologies for that, Korean fans. It seems that Peke will get the blue buff out of that one though. So, 8-7 in kills. Pretty much still carnage on the map. 22 minutes into this game. Last one lasted for just shy of 56 minutes and was very much back and forth action. And this game, well, it doesn't look to be going any different.
And look again, Fnatic, they know they have the combo to win the mid game. So they've been picking up 4 sweeping lenses because they want to deny vision from KT Bullets so they can set up the fight, catch them out of their, simply just catch them out of position. They don't have any deep wards though inside the area of KT Bullets because they had never had a chance to actually move in there.
And if you look at the builds as well, actually Soaz has gone pretty heavy in terms of damage there. Ravenous Hydra along with that Hex Drinker at this point. Cyanide the one that's going a little tankier.
Yeah, so with this very tanky, DPS focused Renekton, it's going to be hard for him when he actually goes in the fight, because he's going to be trying at least to go towards the back line here of KT Bullets, but all of their members are actually fairly squishy, so if he catches on to them, he will have a lot of damage to them. However, if not, then he's very easy for them actually to take down, especially late game, once we see some more items onto someone like LeBlanc.
Fnatic getting a little poke on towards them. They have maybe got Yellowstar in there, going to get the stun and a little combo on towards Insect, but really not got a lot of damage to back it up just yet. KT Bullets are going to sweep out and clear their jungle. Fnatic trying to create some pressure here. They're really trying to push in towards KT Bullets' lower half of the jungle. Yeah,
notice what they have done here. Now they got the wards inside the jungle here. They simply went in with everyone and forced KT Bullets to play a little bit more passive so they can get up the wards. The sweeping lenses, however, didn't actually clear anything yet. And there we go.
Yeah, keep moving forward. There's the lens. Another ward put in position and another sweep off towards the side. Not quite in range on the one just next to it there. A bit unfortunate for them, but nonetheless used up. And is that blue buff going to go over towards Peke? Of course, stole the bullets as blue buff, and he's just going to get a simple refresh by taking his own.
Yes, Soaz is about to head off towards that top. He's going to get himself some farm. Just questions whether he did pass a ward, which just timed out for KT Bullets, so he's actually got himself up there all unseen. Leopard is maybe going to challenge him. He's going to ward out the Baron area, River, so he has got complete coverage. He knows whether he's going to be facing multiple members of Fnatic, and he's getting himself some nice clear wave in that top area. Gragas, well, Peke is going to be doing the same thing down that bottom half, so we are all returning to a slower lane phase, which does give us a little bit of time to check out those items, because we're starting to see the AD carries pick up some big numbers. Trinity Force, Yellowstar caught once again, and well, this is how you farm as a mid laner. You just keep on picking on that poor support who's got next to no defenses. And every time he gets his assist, which he hasn't got actually, he got a kill a while ago, he keeps that gold running. He keeps getting a little bit of farm.
Yeah, credit to KT Bullets. They have been better this game and keeping up the vision control, so they constantly spot Fnatic moving around. That's also why they can take these kills onto Yellowstar. The poor Annie just trying to get some more vision for her team, and instead she just ends up dying to LeBlanc again.
Another death for Yellowstar, 2-3-0 for him there. Has, in fact, got himself those mobility boots and also getting his flash up, whether that's to flash tippers or to actually flash away from the traps that he keeps running into, although he doesn't survive Rio's burst at this stage of things. And Void Staff in there with that Theme's Unholy Grail for Ryu. That damage is only going to be getting worse. Other side though, Peke does now have his Rabadon's Death Cap finish. There's a Phantom Dancer in there for Reckless, as well as the Trinity Force on the other side for Lucian.
And the tier is now fully stacked for Leopard on the Ryze, so he's been having, despite dying, actually been getting the early items he needed to stack up here. His Rod of Ages is almost fully stacked as well, so it's looking good for him, and that's the issue for Fnatic here, because this Ryze late game is going to be so hard to kill. If he's stacking some armor here, it's going to be Cyanide and Renekton going towards him, and they won't have enough damage once he's having a Frozen Heart, for instance.
22 seconds on that Dragon. Will be the next focus this time around. Will we see a fight up towards it? Or will Fnatic once again get picked off by KT Bullets, which they do so well? They just seem to just catch themselves out. They got vision on Ryu down that bottom lane, so they know that he's going to be heading up that river area. Which does mean KT Bullets are going to slowly approach this one in towards that river. Fnatic have got themselves started off on that Dragon, and it seems that KT Bullets, whether they're going to try and sneak in there. Mappa, Insect's going to try and stealth in. Has he got enough to smite it? Cyanide, yes he does! He steals it away from Cyanide. He pays the price with his death. No! Wow. He jumps away and gets out of there alive. And now KT Bullets turn the damage back on towards them. Ryu takes no Reckless. Grand Skyfall coming out, but it's not in the right location. Yellowstar's so low. This is all going so wrong. Leopard finally falls. Ryu now is going to be the focus. Can Cyanide get on him? Yes! Finishes off with a flash kill. But Peke, he's now got Mappa on him. Insect's going to try and rotate around. Peke's very tanky, but he's taking a hell of a lot of poke, and you can see Insect, he's just biding his time to jump in. Score's going to continue chasing. There's no support at all for Peke. He's not even thrown out a single barrel yet, and he pays the price, and it's another kill for Score. It's an ace, ladies and gentlemen, for KT Bullets. That fight did not go the way Fnatic planned.
Absolutely not. It was the worst thing that could have happened for them. They lost the Dragon, they lost the fight, and the kills went on to the AD carry now, so another threat they have to deal with in these team fights. And KT Bullets simply came in from two different sides onto Fnatic here. We had Ryu jumping in. He didn't actually get onto his target with the first jump, but he just stayed there. And Fnatic, they split up with their DPS once they actually knocked Insec away, so he managed to survive. Then they simply didn't know which target to go for. And the very squishy build from Renekton here, he did get onto Ryu, but he didn't have enough damage, and he ended up dying.
And the other worrying thing was that this Karma there that was 4 levels lower than Xpeke was able to chase in this entire time through the jungle. Obviously, having that slow pretty much constantly always helps out to allow them to finish off and get themselves that ace. We are seeing a couple more items coming down. Spectre's Cowls starting to be picked up. We saw one for Soaz. He needs to get a bit tankier now for that survivability. And also on the other side for Score.
And surprise, surprise, Negatron's cloak being picked up by all of Fnatic. They suddenly realized, you know what, that LeBlanc, he can do some damage to us, and took down that, obviously, Reckless in pretty much instant style.
But notice what Ryu did earlier on. His second item was actually the Void Stuff, because he knew there would be a lot of magic resist onto Fnatic's side here. So he decided to get early magic penetration. That's why he's having so much damage as well.
And the penetration continues even through the supports. You said it earlier, Maffa likes to build that bit more penetration so that he can do some good damage as the Karma. Right now, he's doing damage towards Pink Ward up there by the Baron, and we are going to see the man drop cancelled out there, and Fnatic aren't able to chase onto the Karma support.
I feel that Fnatic are chasing shadows right now. They seem to constantly be trying to go for Maffa. He just dashes him, speeds himself away from that one. No issues whatsoever. They're trying to create a pick, they're trying to find something, but they just seem a little bit haphazard and lost into what exactly they should be doing. Shot calling maybe gone a little bit astray from Fnatic now.
They have to try and regain some of the vision control on the map here. Look at all the wards from KT Bullets around this Baron area. It simply also means for them, if they get a few kills now on picks, they can rotate towards the Baron, and it's going to be very hard for Fnatic to try and stop them. So it's a big issue.
That is the blue buff taken for the KT Bullets. Fnatic are actually moving up towards this top side of the map, so are they going to try and put some pressure down onto that inner turret? You can see that the KT Bullets not really close to it. In fact, Insect was all the way over on Fnatic's blue side of the jungle. Cyanide also just hanging around by Baron, trying to get some control of that, but with Ryu's presence there, they don't want to hang around too long, but it looks like they are going to take this turret with them.
A very good rotation, actually getting the turret while the rest of KT Bullets were out of position, but they're chasing this one. They want to fight.
They could dive on Peke, and that's what they're going to do. They've caught him out of the explosive cast, but Insect's going to come around the side once again. Stealth up, jumping straight for Peke, gets on the claws, doesn't get the reset. He does manage to get away just about. So as goes Yuto. Yellowstar does manage to finish up the kill with the Ignite. Oh, but there's a go. Score gets himself the kill on towards Soaz. It's a trade 1-for-1, but they got the tower. What will Score do? He's going to go on towards Reckless. We do see the rest of Fnatic there. Almost went headlong into a stun.
And we actually saw the power of On the Hunt for Fnatic here. After they took the turret, they tried to disengage, but due to the fact that some members from KT Bullets could come around the flank of them, Insect jumping in, they finally got to kill him, but he still stalled the rest of the team to stop, and then the rest of KT Bullets could catch up, get a kill onto Source, and at least trade 1-for-1. But there was a tower for Fnatic, we need to remember that.
Tower in there for them. Fnatic, though, sit 3,000 gold behind the KT Bullets here. And let's not forget, best of 5. They have a 1-0 lead up until now. Winning this one will put them on championship point.
Absolutely, and that's not what Fnatic want. If they go 2-0 down, you've got to think how that's going to affect their confidence, what it's going to do getting in their heads, because game 1, they really did look in it, and really it was only a simple, small misplay that just led KT Bullets straight into that game. And once you give a Korean team generally the lead, they don't tend to give it back to you. They will take it in full force. At the moment, though, KT Bullets, again, are in the lead. They have that 3,000 gold lead. More importantly, they have the vision control. They have the tower pressure, and Fnatic seemingly are playing a little alpha here. And the Insect, he's off again. He's going to be jumping straight up towards Cyanide. Is he going to be able to get out? No. Stunned up, locked up, dead.
And it's not over yet. They're actually chasing on towards Soaz. They did see the reset coming in. There is Score. He is now unstoppable at 8-3-4.
And KT Bullets, once again, they get the vision control inside the jungle of Fnatic, and they simply just punish them whenever they see the chance. They can start this Baron, but the rest of Fnatic have actually pushed down this mid lane.
Well, they're going to take the tower. They've took a couple of hits, but this is going to be a Baron, possibly for KT Bullets, and they're happy to trade that. And Fnatic are suddenly wondering, why are we not being chased? What is happening? Oh, this is all going wrong. They're rotating for Dragon, which is all well and good, but it's going to be the Baron nonetheless for Bullets, and maybe the top turret.
Fnatic knew the Baron was gone, that's why they decided to just take a mid-turret and get something. No reason for them to at least try and fight here with only 3 members, because KT Bullets didn't even invest too much in the 2 kills they had. So wise enough by Fnatic, getting at least some goal out of this. But with the Baron buff onto KT Bullets, with all the vision control here, we're going to see them do what they did last game. Try and go in the jungle again, wait for Fnatic to move. But they can't really siege because, again, wave clear on Gragas, wave clear on Sivir, making it very hard for them to actually get the turrets down if Fnatic are there to defend.
So how can Fnatic turn this one around? Like you said, the siege power not really there for the Bullets. Is that then the only solution for Fnatic is to sit back and basically turtle up inside the base until they can take a fight?
They have to turtle for now and simply wait for KT Bullets to move up. If KT Bullets decide to dive them, that's where they can try and turn around. Or if Rio here is being too aggressive, seems not.
I mean, so this is exactly what happened in game 1.
Exactly.
Fnatic completely getting picked off, KT Bullets take a big advantage from it. Generally, it's Insect that finds the problem. They have no vision because KT Bullets are taking that all up from them. They keep wandering a little bit wildly in towards that jungle. Peke's going to take a lot of damage there. He's forced away. This may even be an inhibitor turret push now for KT Bullets.
And Score's not even having a problem with that one. They're going to go straight down towards this bottom lane where the minions are already decently pushed up for them. We can see Fnatic scared even to get close to the wall in case Rio does decide to just jump over and blow them up.
And we actually have to question the fact there was 4 sweeping lenses onto Fnatic. It meant they had less wards to work with on the map, and the fact they could never really get the advantage to get inside the jungle of KT Bullets and clear away the vision and put their vision in simply meant they didn't use the sweeping lenses for anything.
Sneaky play with the wards there. They put a pink and a blue down. So they went for the pink ward, which they could see, and then completely didn't realize there's a blue there, and they managed to get it in there. Inhibitor is going to go down. Grand Skyfall coming out. Is it enough? The tower still stands. Score manages to get his ultimate across all of Yellowstar. Yellowstar going down, and now the rest of KT Bullets push on in towards it. Insect continuing to cause problems. Jumps in, takes the damage, takes the initial burst. Well, it gives Score all that time to get himself a kill. Does not quite get Cyanide down, but it's an inhibitor nonetheless. And KT Bullets are looking so strong to take game 2.
They're simply using this combo so perfectly every single time. Once there's an engage for Fnatic, they step back away from the turret and then they just turn it around when Fnatic overextends, takes a kill onto Annie, takes the turret, and then the inhibitor. Now on Cyanide.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's
not
dead.
going to get away from that one. That's a godlike score now. 10-3 as Ryu is starting to move forward as well. Insect jumps over the wall. Reckless was there off to the side, but this is the second inhibitor turret going down, and in all probability, the second inhibitor itself will fall as Ryu does go into Reckless. Spell shielded most of the damage, though.
And now with double inhibitor down, it really is hard for Fnatic. They still need to believe there's actually a chance of coming back because KT Bullets, we have seen them in the past, making misplays, giving the other team a chance to come back. We saw it with Gambit yesterday. Everyone thought the game was over, but Gambit managed to come back. Fnatic, they need to keep believing here. If they can catch out a member from KT Bullets, instantly burst them down. Insect can be too greedy, jumping in the face, he dies, and maybe they can turn the fight with On the Hunt and of course the Talisman and chase down KT Bullets.
Sneaky plays continue. Insect, he has a knack of getting into those positions, flanking round the side. If he was an FPS player, he'd be in great positions every time, picking up multiple kills because he manages to get around the back of Fnatic every single time they move to that fight. He goes unseen the entire time, which ironically is the passive of Insect. So at the moment, KT Bullets, I don't see what Fnatic are going to do. Certainly in this game, they need to start thinking of the next game, maybe using this time. You talked about how they have made misplays before, but I gotta argue that was really about pushing for the Baron, and Gambit themselves said they decided they're just going to do anything in their power to push on towards that. Fnatic, they seem a little bit passive right now, a little bit pensive, and they don't seem to be going all in. They're just a little unsure of themselves when they have an engagement.
And right now we see the Bullets moving forward. Are they going to face check? Yes, they are. They're going to walk straight towards Soaz and Reckless. They use On the Hunt, but to only back away. Soaz is going to get chased down here. The culling went off to the front. There is Soaz flashing over the wall, but Leopard gets the kill. Yellowstar stunned. Another one for Score.
They tried to create an opportunity and it's backfired, and that almost certainly is the game. KT Bullets are just going to run on through the middle. They've got super minions with them. Inset's going to tank up. He's already got that Randian's Omen on him, so he's not too worried about that one. That's going to pass it off to the super minions, and Score and the rest of the team will come in and take down these Nexus turrets. Grand Skyfall coming out, but really not going to do a lot. They're just going to turn and burn straight on towards Cyanide. Oh, look at the damage on towards Reckless. The Ignite taken. They don't even worry. They want to get some kills. They want to have some fun. The Nexus will go down, and the KT Bullets are one game away from victory in the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship.
KT Bullets simply managed to avoid falling behind early on to this very aggressive combo from Fnatic. They kept perfect vision control throughout the game, so they could always catch out members from Fnatic, extending the game, getting into the late game part where they really shined, and they just played so well. The vision control game 1 for KT Bullets weren't the best, but today, or this game, they really stepped it up.
And you can see a look of frustration